Hi, welcome to my crochet tutorial. This is Auntie Nat's Crochet. I'm excited to have you here today. Whether you're brand new to crochet or looking for something new to crochet, you're in the right place. I can't wait to share my tips, tricks, and favorite techniques to you. Just click on the subscribe button over here before we start. I have thousands of videos, so do check them out. It will mean the world to me. And this particular pose, I'm gonna make a dinner clutch bag, a simple small one with this 8-ply cotton yarn. The color of the choice of color is up to you, and the length and width is also up to you. So these are 8-ply cotton yarn. I actually have 8 strands of yarn put together. So since this yarn is kind of thick, I'll be using a 4mm hook for this project. And because these are cotton yarn, it's kind of soft. So in order for it to hold its shape, I will add a bit of a plastic canvas in the middle to kind of hold its shape. And to cover up this plastic canvas, I will be using back lining. So the choice of color is up to you, what type of back lining you have. Just sew it inside so that you can cover this up. And the top part of the bag, depending whether you want to add a button or you want to add a zip. Okay, so I will look into that later at the end of the video. So for the time being, we just concentrate on the pattern of the bag. Then when we sew it up, then I will decide whether should I put zip or button. I can't visualize it now, so I need to kind of almost complete, then I'll decide what type of lock should I use. So let's get started. Let the fun begin. Okay, I'm gonna start with this color first. The black color is just a small part, somewhere at the side or the middle, so it's up to you whether you want it on the side or the middle. So let's start with this. This is just my habit of making a knot. So once you make a knot, you just chain to the length that you require, and it's in a multiple of 2. So as for me, I'm going to do a chain 38. Okay, I have a chain 38 here. You're going to build the pattern down like this, and later you're going to fold it up. So this is actually the, should I call it the length or the width? This is the width, right? This is the length. So this, you're gonna fold it up like this. So in case if you want to know how long you should do, this is the back. You're gonna fold it up. This is the part where you put the zip, and this is where you put your stuff. Okay, so in my case, I'm gonna do a chain 38. So once I have a chain 38, okay, so it all depends on your yarn, the thickness of your yarn and how soft it is, and you measure. I mean, no point of me showing you how long is this, because maybe your yarn and my yarn is different in thickness. So for me, I did a chain 38. Then I go to the second stitch from the hook. This is the hook. This is the first stitch. This is the second stitch. From the second stitch onwards, you just do single crochet all the way until the end here. And this is my last stitch, 37. I started with a chain 38, and by the time I turn here, so that means from here to here, I should have 37 stitches. It's better that these 2 rows, you should have an odd number, odd number. The pattern actually needs even number, but you do it in odd number because I want the front stitch and the last stitch. The first stitch and the last stitch is a single crochet on both loops. Okay. As I go along, you will get what I mean. So make sure your first 2 rows are in odd numbers. Then you're gonna turn your work. You're gonna turn it this way. I'm not gonna chain 1. You straight away go to this first stitch here. You go to this first stitch. You make a single crochet. The second stitch, you only grab the front loop. If you look at this V shape here, you look at this V shape here, you will have a front loop and a back loop. The one facing us is the front loop, the one away from us is the back loop. So now I'm only using the front loop to do my single crochet. So the next single crochet is all single crochet. The whole project is single crochet. So now this is both loop. This is just front loop. Both loop and front loop. You do this until the end of the row. And you get lines like this. Because when you do single crochet on both loops, there's no line. You already got the line hidden inside the single crochet. But this one, we did the single crochet on the front loop, so the back loop will pop out here. So continue to do this until the end of the row. I've come to the last stitch here. The last stitch, make sure you do it on both loops. Then of course, if you did wrongly here, by the time you reach the last one, it's not a both loop single crochet. That means part of here you did wrong. So here I'm going to turn the yarn. Not sure if you can see this. Maybe here you can see these lines here, alternate lines. This is when we're going to work on that line now. So this, pull up a bit, turn your work, go straight to that first stitch and do a single crochet. Then you yarn over, ready for a double crochet. You're gonna pull up, we're gonna do it on this front loop, this extra front loop here. You're gonna yarn over, put through 2, then again yarn over, you go through that same stitch, pull up a yarn, put through 2. And now you have 3 stitches on your hook. You put through all 3. This is a double crochet cluster. And the next stitch is a single crochet. I'm going to do a single crochet on top of it in both loops. Again, yarn over. You see this line here. Gonna do an unfinished double crochet. Again, you yarn over, you go through that same loop, same stitch, pull up a loop, you put through 2. Then now you have 3 stitches on your hook, then you put through all 3. Then you have mini bumps like this, which looks like a popcorn stitch, but way easier, especially for beginners, because sometimes popcorn stitch, not everyone can manage to pull the hook out from 5 or 10 stitches at one shot. So you can try this out. See, it will still look a bit like a popcorn stitch. So next stitch, again, single crochet, and let me show you one more time. You put through 2, yarn over, go back to the same stitch, and you put through 2. Now you have 3 on your hook, you put through all 3. And you're going to do this until the end of the row. I find this is kind of lovely for bags. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of the row. Okay, it looks like this, and I've come to the last bump here. The last stitch is a single crochet on both loops. You pull a bit, turn your work, and again we're going to repeat row 2 and row 3. So row 2 is you do single crochet on both loops, then you do single crochet on the back, front loop, then both loops, then front loop, and this is like this. This is how the back look like. This is how long is the back. Okay, I've come to this length. I make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of these boxes. Actually, if you count the single crochet part, so it should be 10 rows. But anyway, the length and the width is up to you, depending on how big you want the bag to be. So now I'm gonna add a bit of another color here. So when you fold it, your bag will look like this. It's gonna be this big. Then later I will add the sides. So now for the other color, I've come to the end here like this. So I'm going to go in here and pick up the black color yarn. You can choose just about any color. I couldn't find a dark brown for this, so I thought maybe black would look nice. So you pull this away, pull this part away, turn the work just like usual. I am going to do, let me see, I'm gonna do single crochet. You can either do single crochet or you can do half double crochet. I think I'll just do single crochet, and if you want, you can just bring this along a bit, or you can tie a knot with this one and hide inside the back. So you just do single crochet. Let me see. Yeah, single crochet looks nice too. I'll just do single crochet. So you're gonna do a single crochet through and fro to the length that you want, and you stop, and I continue with this pattern. Ooh, look at this. Oh my, I didn't realize. Luckily this is on the inside of the bag, so I'm not gonna do anything about it. Sometimes when we crochet, we are so engrossed with the pattern that we forgot all this. You know, sometimes it's an 8-ply yarn, you didn't grab all 8, then this happens. Okay, now I'm going to cut the other yarn. And tie these two together. you can just leave it inside the bag. You can either weave it in around here or leave it inside, because I'm going to make a back lining and all this will be hidden inside the back lining. So I'm going to do single crochet to and fro, and I'll come back to you once I have the length that I want. Okay, I've come to the length that I want. So now here I'm going to change back to this brown color. And you make sure when you change color, this boxes faces you, the back faces the other side, the front face you. So I'm going to yarn over this. I'm gonna remove. Whoops. Then I'm going to go to that first stitch and do my single crochet. Then the next single crochet I'm going to do only on the front loop, and then both loops single crochet, and then only on the front loop. And then you continue to build these boxes. And one more thing I noticed, when I change color here, this happened. So now let me show you how I'm gonna do something about it. You make sure you have a long enough yarn, the black yarn. I need to do some cover up here. You can call it cheating. Well, because this part, when I fold the bag, this will be the top part of the bag, which will be noticeable. Unless you're at the base, then it's fine. So now here, I'm gonna move my yarn towards this part here. Move it as close as you can and put your tapestry needle like this, and you just crisscross it a bit, just so it covers up. Anyway, it's black color, so it's quite easy to cover up, unless it's a very light color, then it's a bit difficult. Do this. There. And if you think this is not enough, you can make one more stitch here. Bring this, of course don't overdo it, because if not, this part will be kind of thick. There. And then I just make one stitch to the back. And that's it. There is done. This part not so bad, because it's I'm gonna do single crochet here later, so it will kind of cover it up. So since this is too long, I'm gonna cut this yarn. You can keep this for amigurumi next time. You can create the eye and bring this tail back here and tie a knot and leave all this inside the bag. Then continue to build this block. So up to you how many blocks you want to build. So your bag is gonna look like this way. I've come to the last stitch here. This is the last single crochet. So I'm gonna chain one and pull tight, and I'm gonna cut this yarn and hide it inside here all the way down, because on the inside I'm going to add a back lining and also a plastic canvas to hold its shape, because these are cotton yarn, so it's kind of soft. So if I turn this into a bag, it will be very soft. See, it will bend. So I'm gonna put a plastic canvas for it. So I did 5 sets here and 5 sets here with this part. So before I fold it into 2 and turn it into a bag, I just want you to know that you see this side here, this is our starting foundation chain. So we already have 1 row of single crochet nicely here, whereas here, here and here we do not have. So from here on, I'm going to do single crochet all around, so it looks as if all parts have this edge, this nice edge, because this is already there since the foundation chain. So here I'm gonna start from here, just leave a bit of a tail. You can weave it in later on. So you just do single crochet all around, and when you come to all this corner, you do 2 single crochet. So I will do about 2 single crochet in 1 box here. See, it looks way better now. So it looks like it has an edge, a nice edge. And here I'm gonna continue. I'm not gonna change color. I'm just gonna do this. Just follow. I'm not gonna change color. If you want, you can change color, which means the top here you only have in black. So in this part you have it in black, but mine, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Or do you think black should be? This is when the top part is black, this is when the top part is brown. So up to you whether you want to change. Which do you think looks better? Maybe I should change. Okay, I'll change it to black. This is without changing, and now I'll change it to black, and then you get to see both choices. Which means once you reach here, you put in the hook here and change it to gray. You continue single crochet like this. Does it look better, or would you prefer the earlier one? So once I reach this part here, I'll just pull this over. Don't put too much. You have your finger, you press it here, make sure this part is loose. Then you continue with your excuse me, and you continue with your single crochet. I think change color looks better. So what do you think? Now I'm just going to continue with this single crochet until I come to this part and I change it to black again. Yeah, I think the top, if it's black, it looks better. I'll come back to you once I have the whole thing, once I reach here. I've come to the end here. It looks like this, so I'm gonna bring it to the other side. Looks better this way. And you weave it in, make it bring the tail to the middle of the back. If this is too long, just cut it. Like this, I pull it over to the other side. You can actually cut it and bring it in to hide it into the back inside. All this, just hide it in. Oh, this is here. I shouldn't have tied a knot. Never mind, it's okay. Oh, and this one. Oops. Let's bring it in. So long it's just inside, it's okay, because this is the edge, and this is where you're gonna open your bag. This is the top of your bag. There, weave it in. Oh yes, if you want to make one stitch here to cover this up, there's one dot here. I mean, if you do not mind. You see, because this is cotton yarn, you will see things like this. And like this is higher. Once I add the canvas, I will sew this onto a canvas, plastic canvas. It will hold its shape. Let me get the plastic canvas. I have this plastic canvas left over from my earlier project. You make sure it's way lower. Don't do all the way, because here is the part where I'm gonna sew the back lining. So which means I should, and one more thing, because for the earlier project I cut until here, so I'm gonna cut away all this. It's very easy to cut. All you have to do is just cut it like this. So I'm gonna cut all this, make sure it's like this. And let's see the length. I think I'll cut it here. I'll cut it here. You don't have to be so near the edge because see, it's very soft and it's very easy to cut. If you do not want to use plastic canvas, you don't have plastic canvas, so you can just leave it as it is. But it's just I'm telling you, this is gonna be very soft, and when you hold it, you know, it will kind of fall. So when I use this, see, it looks perfect. It's kind of tough. So I'm going to sew this here onto the back. I'll show you later, especially for beginners. I'm going to sew it with sewing thread. You don't have to sew every single one, just make sure a bit here. If you want to sew the whole thing, you can. If not, you just sew a bit here, or the 4 edges. And let me cut all this away first. I do not want this to be kind of like pokey. I want it to be like this. I'll come back to you and show you how the back look like. And you just use just about any sewing thread, and the color doesn't really matter because you're gonna sew on the inside and will not show on the outside. Means you just grab this in the stitch like this, so it won't show from the outside. So you just place this in the middle, make sure it's in the middle, and you just grab your, if you do not have this type of needle, it's still okay, you can still use the normal needle. So happen I have one and I have yet to use it, so I thought I'm gonna use it now. And you just make a few stitches. Make sure it does not show in front, even though it shows, because this is very thin, it's still okay. So you can either do on these edges, 4 edges, or you can do all the way. So it's up to you, so long that this plastic canvas does not move about, and that's it. So I'll come back to you once I have this nicely fastened.